All right, I think we're good. I'd like to get this meeting started. It is 7 p.m. on May 11th, 2021. This is Lakeville Agricultural Commission. I'm Dave Thomas, the chairman. And I would like to start off with a roll call. So we have Paul Hunt, the vice chair. You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Cindy Barber.
Here.
I believe Jared Darling didn't make it. Joan Morton.
Here.
Tracy Trevelani. Henry Van Larenhoven. Sorry, Henry.
Here, no problem.
And Chris Lang. You there, Chris? Okay. All right. On our agenda tonight, well, the first thing that we have is to review the prior meeting minutes. I wasn't involved in the last meeting, which I believe was in October. And I don't know if Hank, if you have those meeting minutes.
I have them, but I'll have to find them. Can we put them off till next
To
meeting?
the next meeting. Yeah, we can do that.
And we have a new minutes taker for the town, so we don't have to take our own minutes anymore.
Oh, that's great.
Somebody actually does them and then sends them out before the meeting. And then we just review them and talk about them at the meeting if there were any corrections.
Okay.
No, that's nice.
It sure is.
Well, I sent all the minutes I had to the town.
All right, thank you. So the second item on our agenda is the farmers market discussion. I
Okay.
know that the health department is, kind of put a damper on things because of the COVID and the governor's laws, rulings that they have out. But I believe they have like a plan in place where things are going to be loosened up and maybe possibly August. But
I talked with the Board of Health agent probably the last time in March. And, it wasn't even on his radar at that point because of the state regulations. And it didn't matter that we would be out of doors and that we could set people at distances. He said he'd just have to wait for the state to change things up.
right, which Governor Baker has put in the
Yeah.
plan in place and has removed the mandated mask for outdoor use.
Right.
So I don't know. I think maybe just follow up with him and
I will.
and see how things are going. And I don't know if you can reach out to Chris. Maybe you guys
Yeah.
can kind of just put things in place. So as it gets closer, maybe possibly we can have something for summer, late summer.
Possibly. If it's kind of like a chasing your tail, like you can't ask vendors for a commitment.
Right.
When
Until we know.
you can't commit to a date. So I haven't followed through. I know a number of people who are interested, but I haven't followed through on contacting them with any date because we have no date as of yet.
Right.
And I will try, I'm kind of working 7 days a week right now, but I will try to get in touch with the Board of Health agent, and I can email Chris at any time. So I'll get in touch with her and see how things are in her world and see what she can do to help too.
Okay. Thank you. And just let us know if you need any help or
Yeah.
need anything. I know
Well,
it's kind
my
of stagnant
busy-
right now.
Yeah, my busy schedule is very temporary. So
All right. Anybody have any comments? Okay. So the third item on the agenda is the right to farm bylaw review. It passed.
Finally, at long last.
Yeah, it was kind of touch and go there. there was quite a lot of questions and a lot of talking about it. So hopefully a lot of the issues were resolved and a lot of the questions were resolved through the meeting last night. But yeah, it's finally done.
Oh, there's Crystal.
This Chris.
Hey,
Hey, Chris.
I'll mute myself.
Hi, Chris.
So I wanted other people's input on, now that we have the right to farm bylaw passed, do any of you know, like who the Middleborough or some of the other towns went through to get the signage created? And how should we go about funding that? Any ideas?
I'll contact Middleborough and see what they did.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, you could probably Google it and probably come up with some ideas on where to get
I
the
think
signs.
so.
Yeah. So we can probably stick with that and then revisit it on the next meeting.
You got it.
Thank you.
Yeah, for those of you that didn't go, the main thing was they thought they were that the additional board was going to make it more cumbersome for everybody. They kind of thought that the board of health would be eliminated. That was questioned. They thought that the selectmen would have less to do, rather than that we would probably be a help to all the other boards to maybe cut things down if there is an issue where we could help out with the particular individuals. Like the chickens in the past,
The roosters.
the roosters, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
By the way, I've used him a few times now, Paul. So thanks for the number.
Well, he's going to be used again because I had another resident approach me
Oh, yeah.
about that the other day, and there'll be more roosters relocated.
I say that gentleman must be getting quite the collection.
It's very interesting to see when you go to someone's farm and they have 40 roosters. I can't say it's a sight I've seen before.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. The fourth item I have on here is to how to support the agriculture within the town. I think I was probably thinking about grants, and I've been doing some research because a friend of ours actually had a question on what kind of grants are out there. And I've been kind of poking around and looking. I'm sure there's a lot more out there than I've actually found, though. So I was actually thinking about touching base with Ian Ward. But I would like to actually get a listing of what grants are out there and make them available, possibly on our Facebook site, to residents for agriculture. And who they can reach out to for help on, getting those grants, or if they don't want to go it alone and do the paperwork themselves. Because I know Ian Wood is one, but there's got to be others out there that we can put a listing out there so they can reach out to any of those for help. And I think the other aspect too is that once we get the farmers market up and running, I know with everything up in the air, like you said, Cindy, we can't make any commitments or ask for any commitments.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes, but unfortunately we might have to wait until next year, but we'll just see how it looks.
I'm kind of thinking the same thing. It might be next spring.
But basically that's all I had on the agenda for tonight. Unless you guys have any thoughts or ideas or you want to put forward, or.
Well, I know Round the Bend Farm has done a number of grants I'd be glad to talk to them and see which grants they did, and maybe they have some information as to other grants we could get.
Okay. Yeah, no, Elliott Farm has been pretty successful with the grants too.
Yeah, that new barn is looking great.
Yeah, that's gonna be great when they have that open and up and running. That's good news for them. I'm glad to see it.
Do we need to talk to them anymore because they felt that we would be an issue?
For the farmers market,
Yeah,
I mean, we could reach out to them again and see if they'd be interested. But with the facility that they have, I mean, they weren't interested before,
yeah.
and now they have such that nice, beautiful building that they'll probably be working full time to keep stocked and keep moving
Yeah,
within. So, but we can reach out to them.
yeah.
You know,
And
I mean, I'm
ahead.
sorry, Cindy. I
No,
just
go
would like
ahead, Dave.
their support because they've been such a good family within the town. So,
Yeah, and it's almost like if we're at Ted Williams with the farmer's market, it's like it's part of the same shopping circle. You know, they're like half a mile away down the street. In thinking about doing the farmer's market, my intention was always in supporting town agriculture. So I would like, with their permission and anyone else who doesn't want to be part of the market, but still is farming and has something for retail sale, to just have some sort of a board or something present at the market and saying, please also support our friends in town and list names and addresses and contact information, if that's good with, you know, with the Elliots or anybody else who's
Right.
farming and doesn't want to be part of the market, because the whole thing is to support everybody. It's not to cut in on anybody's stuff.
right. It's the whole idea is to get agricultural culture booming within the town, to, you know, not only to help the local economy and have healthy food supplied to the residents, but also help out with the open land and stop the development. This, you know, seems to be going on a lot faster than what we want it to be going on. So, all right. Is there anything else?
I just wanted to bring up a little bit of financial information and let everybody know that as of the bank statement, the end of April, we have a whopping $255 in the promotion of agriculture in Lakeville account.
Ooh.
Nice.
And now that most of the COVID restrictions have been lifted in different realms, Hank and I do have to reconnect and get him on this account, as we had previously discussed. And I'm going to blame COVID on why we never got together to get it done.
Okay,
Okay.
sounds good.
All right. With that said, I'd like to hear a motion on ending this meeting.
I move to end the meeting.
Can I hear a second?
I second.
Nice. Everybody in favor?
Aye.
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 Hi.
All right, guys. I will talk to you later.